training seminars. My name is Charlie, and today we're going to be looking at mold services. Now, there are a lot of different types of mold services out there, but in order to get a good, thorough, and comprehensive assessment, you need to look for companies that provide visual inspections, air quality testing, surface sampling, infrared camera inspections, and most importantly, mold remediation and disinfection. Now, as a salesperson, you must be asking yourself, why is it important for me to test for mold? Well, it's important to assess the fungal ecology of a home. We need to be able to confirm or deny the presence of mold. We need to be able to locate the sources of moisture problems. We need to be able to assess potential health risks for our clients, to set a baseline for remediation, to provide evidence for insurance claims or litigation, and to ensure that the job has been completed satisfactorily. The purposes for visual inspection are to look for signs of mold growth, identify potential sources of moisture, assess the extent of the problem, measure relative humidity levels, take pictures, and recommend possible treatment options. Although visual inspections are great, it doesn't provide essential data that's required for remediation. So that's why we should look at air quality testing. There are two types of indoor air quality testing for mold. One is a viable kind, and the other is a non-viable kind. Viable mold testing are specimens collected in culture-suitable growth mediums called agars. Agars are essentially contained in petri dishes and incubate for 7 to 14 days at 25 degrees Celsius. Now, there are limitations with viable indoor air tests. For example, they're relatively expensive equipment. The incubation period is 7 to 14 days, which for most people is too long. It requires specific handling and carrying, and we must wear sterile gloves, label plates, mail to lab immediately, so on and so forth. These processes can be very confusing. Now, non-viable spore traps are exceptionally advantageous. For example, they're economical, they're easy to use, no refrigeration required, it does not dry up, can be stored virtually anywhere, there's no incubation period, and can be shipped to a laboratory immediately. There are some disadvantages though to non-viable spore traps. For example, they cannot distinguish between living and dead organisms. They also collect dust, pollen, and other non-fungal particles, and they do not necessarily correlate with viable counts. Outdoor sampling is very important when doing an indoor air quality test. For example, we need to be able to compare the outdoor air quality to the indoor air quality. We need to be able to determine the fungal ecology around a given property. All windows and doors must be closed in advance before doing testing, and they should not be taken during extreme weather. Basic principles. We need to be able to compare species and concentrations of fungi, for example mold spores, between indoor and outdoor species. We expect to find similar species indoors. There are no federal or provincial standards for fungal ecology. Basically, the indoor air quality of a home must be better than the outdoor air quality of a home. An indoor environment is compromised when there is significantly more fungi indoors than outdoors, where there's presence of fungal species inside that's not found outdoors, for example like Stachybotrys, an extremely toxigenic form of fungus. And the percentage of indoor species versus the outdoor species is higher in ratio in total fungi. Now, surface sampling is different. Basically, a surface sample is where we take a sample of the visible mold growth. We could either take a tape sample, take a swab sample, or take a bulk sample. Now, the purpose of this is to determine whether the suspected surface, for example, the visible black spots or water stains or discoloration on the wall, is contaminated with mold. The advantages of surface sampling is that they're inexpensive, you get direct results, and may reveal several presence of other spores, and requires no special equipment. The disadvantage of surface sampling is that the presence of spores on the surface is not a direct indication of what may be in the overall indoor air. Infrared camera inspections. Thermal imaging or thermographic cameras are great at determining the presence of mold. They determine the presence of mold by detecting temperature changes behind the walls, and they identify moisture problems and other construction issues in a non-invasive way. Now, all objects emit heat. Infrared cameras pick up different temperatures and represent them as different colors in an image. For example, white equals hot, blue equals cold, and red equals medium heat. Some of the advantages of infrared camera inspections is that they are non-invasive, they save time and money, they are effective, they are easy to read and understand, and they have a wide variety of application. Mold remediation. If the contaminated area is small and well defined, cleanup may be done by the homeowner. If the problem is extensive, a professional is highly recommended. Now, why hire an expert? Now, as a salesperson, you should always recommend to clients to hire a professional mold remediation company to perform the removal, regardless of the size of the project. A professional mold remediator knows appropriate containment measures, safety standards and guidelines, effective remediation procedures, and proper disposal of contaminated materials. Also, the last thing you would want is to have a client get sick as a result of trying to do it themselves. This is why it's important to always consult a mold expert. To get in contact with one of our mold experts, please visit our website at www.busmold.com. Thank you.